Season 1, Episode 8, we're at Down2Earth Plant-Based Cuisine in Town Square, Las Vegas, Nevada. Is one of the best plant-based restaurants you'll ever go to. Got Chef Parker in the back cooking up. Some specials on tap. Come check out what we got. We got an interview with the fellas and get to know Down to Earth.
And what is this?
Mac and cheese, baby.
Mac and cheese?
It is the #1.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Welcome back to B&E with Freeze Rock Ski. This week we're in Town Square here in Las Vegas. Our guests today are two brothers that have created one of the most unique menus at any restaurant in the city, specializing in mouth-watering pizzas, along with sandwiches, chicken and waffles, and what many say is the best mac and cheese in the whole state. Let's give it up for the Parker brothers from Down to Earth.
Let's go.
Appreciate you guys letting us into your world.
Yeah, no worries.
Thanks so much. Let's start off with your origin story. You guys are from the Bay, is that right?
Yeah, originally from Oakland, California. Went to school in San Francisco, and then we moved out here shortly after that. I came here for an internship or externship, and I kind of never left.
Cool. So what was it like growing up in Oakland?
It was fun.
Yeah.
Developed us to the people we are today. So we're pretty down to earth. We come from the, you know what I'm saying? We come from the struggle. So
What part of Oakland did you guys come from?
East Oakland.
East Oakland.
Yeah.
Nice. And when did you come to Vegas?
What was it? 2001, I believe. 2001,
Oh, you've
2002.
been here a long time.
Been here for a while.
Yeah, so you guys are Vegas residents, locals.
Not from here, but I've been.
You're
here for a
local though
while.
now.
Yeah. When
That's
I think
cool.
about it, I'm like, whoa, I've been here for a really long time. So
That's awesome. What did you guys want to be when you grew up?
I always wanted to be a chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
So you're living your dream.
I am. Still feels like a dream sometimes, but we're living it. You know, set the intentions. Set out what we're gonna do, and it's just kept the foot on the gas and made it happen.
You know, before I ever went vegan, one of my friends went vegan, and this was in like 1998 when I knew zero
It
vegans.
was like when there was no word for vegan.
Well, there was, but I didn't know it. And he came to a barbecue, and we were cooking, meat and everything. And he brought a slab of tofu. There was a tofu burger, but it wasn't what we have now.
No.
And we were so cruel to him, and we tried to put a burger in his face, like two inches. We're like, eat meat.
Yeah.
You're not a man.
Yeah.
Well, when I went vegan, my cousins, they got one of those calling apps where you could change your voice, and they called me up, and they sound like almost like a little girl / a chipmunk, and they were like, "You're not a man. You're not eating meat." And like, I was like, "I know this is you guys. Come on." So I know how you guys feel. Do you guys, either one of you, remember the first vegan restaurant you ever went to? Or one of the first?
Man.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't have been.
Sure.
First vegan restaurant I ever went.
Or one of the first, if you can't remember.
And a couple ones stand out. They're not here anymore, but Go Raw Vegan Cafe.
Yeah.
When I was here. What's the other one that closed? It's been so many that's not here anymore. My
I know.
memory's crap.
It's okay.
Um,
Go Raw for sure, though.
yeah, Go Raw for sure. Jeez.
If you think of it, we can say it later.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, that's fine. No worries.
I remember that was one of the first ones I used to go in. Like there was, the atmosphere was so nice. There was books, there was education. It was like you had good food.
Was it the
vibes were
one
good.
on Russell or one in Henderson?
The one on
Or Rainbow, I mean.
Rainbow.
Yeah, Rainbow and
was
Russell.
the first one
yeah.
I went to.
Yeah, the one that was like in the yoga studio.
Yeah.
That was cool. That was a cool place. That was the whole atmosphere that like that little waterfall and stuff in there. Yeah, that was a pretty cool place. You guys were on Evolving Vegan season 2 with Mina Masood, who you would inform me was he played Aladdin in Or he played the genie in Aladdin, or
He was Genie. He was.
No, yeah, he was Aladdin.
Yeah.
oh, he was Aladdin. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, he was Aladdin.
So
Okay,
when I see
I
him, I
haven't
just call
seen it.
him
I don't
Aladdin.
want to lie. So, what was that like? You guys did it here?
Yep.
Yeah. So, what was that like? And like, how did those guys find you? And like, that's just amazing that you guys.
Yeah,
are
I'm
on
not sure how they
I'm proud
found
of you
me,
guys.
but they contacted me, and I've never done anything like that. So it was like producers contacted me, and they kind of vetted me. They said they, that all seen stuff on Instagram, and they read our story on our website. They knew we were at the test kitchen, because over there is when I did they want us to do one of the specials we did over there, which is the beef Wellingtons. I'm like, oh yeah, we saw that, and we really want to, So I had to like do an interview with them, and I'm just like, whatever. So I'm on a Zoom call, and they're just asking me questions, and I just can just be who I am. I'm not a fake guy or anything like that. So they're just like, oh, we just really like you. We want to feature you. I was like, okay. So what do we have to do? Like, so it was cool. I mean, I don't know how, but they found us, and they liked the food, and apparently they liked me, so they just came in and did their thing. It was
Nice.
experience.
And what did they highlight? What were they exactly like? Just showing off your menu, or what was going on?
Yeah,
I haven't
so
seen
it was a food traveling show. I did the beef Wellington, and then I also made them a fish fry sandwich that we do here. They liked the beef Wellington because it was more of a fine dining type of dish. Like I do like comfort food, so it was like elevated comfort food, and they were comparing it to like Gordon Ramsay,
Nice.
vegan version of beef Wellington. And we're in Vegas, and Gordon Ramsay has
And
a
he's
bunch
over
of restaurants
down the way.
out here.
Yeah. That's cool. So if you guys get on, is it on YouTube or CTV?
CTV, yeah. That's why it's so weird. I'm like, it's not
Because it's
even
Canadian,
here.
right?
Yeah, it's Canadian.
Well, if you guys are out there, check out Down to Earth on CTV on season 2 of, what was the name of it again? Evolve. I'm glad that they did that. I'm proud of Vegas. I'm proud of you guys and the whole vegan community here. It's really cool that you guys got recognized like that.
Yeah, definitely cool. And it was kind of when we kind of first moved in here, not too long after. So I was like, not ready.
Nah, you guys are ready. Do you guys have any mentors?
I have chef mentors. I have personal mentors.
Yeah, call them out.
So before we even had our own space, before Test Kitchen, one of my good chef friends, Vince Upperman, he has a restaurant down on Sunset. He allowed me I worked there, and he allowed me to start doing my pop-ups there, because we really kind of started there probably like 2 days a week. It was like 2 days a week. Yeah, because the restaurant was closed. I was like, well, I'm already here. Why don't I just take those days and try to do something?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like what really got me going, to the point where we had to move to a commissary kitchen, and then test kitchen, and then here.
Oh, cool.
So we moved around a lot, but it was like, steps to get to where we are now. Other mentors. I worked at a juice bar called Juice and V. My good friend, Chef Jermaine Jonas, he's a full rasta Jamaican, makes some of the best vegan food I've ever had. He inspired, yeah, super Ital. Like it was a juice bar, and like the juices, the smoothies, the food, everything he made was like top notch. He didn't hold no expense on anything, no matter how much it costs. And I was like, man, this stuff's expensive. No wonder people don't want to be vegan.
Is it still around this place?
It's not, unfortunately. But I was his sous chef over there, so he was like, teaching me and showing me a lot, and really helped me develop my palate for vegan food.
I'm a little ignorant. What is a sous chef?
So you got the main guy, and then the guy below him.
Okay.
So I was his right hand.
Gotcha. Okay. And Terrell, how about you? Do you have any mentors?
When he first kind of introduced me to the kitchen he was working at with Vince Upperman, they were raw. No, they were connected with raw, but it was portion controlled in. But it was like a lot of healthy food, and then it was connected to a gym. So I really was interested. I was like, just transforming. I was like, okay, this is a good combination. I'm eating better, and I want to work out. So it was just a good transition. So I watched them, and then like I cooked at a couple of restaurants, but never like full on, like you're in the kitchen now. that was my first few years just having to learn and absorb, getting familiar with the kitchen, like principles, like, and they really like hammered down. It was like seeing these chefs work hand in hand. It was a good experience, but it was a time when you really had to like soak it in, because you either sink or swim in that kitchen. They'll notice you're green, and you could show them that you're willing to work and just take the blows, because you're not gonna know everything, and you're around people that are, wrist twisting like a stir fry, banging on the line, flipping stuff, and you're kind of like frustrated, like, oh my god, I can never imagine processing some of the information that they do on the line, that they do, tickets coming in, fires burning, this could burn, and money's on the line. It was a real frustrating experience, but it's something that you kind of work into, like riding a bike. And as you can start to process the information, you could become a better chef and cook. But those few years kind of branded me to where I am now, watching him as a cook, learning from him and different cooks. So that's been molding me, and just watching chefs. I don't have a specific chef I like. I just kind of absorb everything that I get from the cooks I see doing what they do. That's where I'm learning. It's a constant learning experience. You're not going to know everything, but you can pick up stuff along the way, and that's what's going to make you the person you are at the end. So basically, right now, it's him and Chef Louis. I love Mexican food. I love Spanish food. So his sous chef, Chef Louis' vegan food, I highly recommend it, just because I'm a burrito addict. And when it was switching from meat to vegan, I was like, well, what are we going to do about this burrito situation and tacos? Because something's got to give. I need that in my life.
Yeah.
I need that red rice. I
Mexican
need the tasty beans.
best.
I miss sour cream and cheese and cheddar cheese. I do miss it. But, she showed me, like, you can still, you don't have to be without. He finds ways. I don't care if you got to make a sour cream out of cashews. It can be done. Just watching the different stuff that can be done. So it's exciting watching these guys get it hammered down.
That's awesome.
Most of these guys.
Do either one of you guys mentor anyone? Have you guys mentored anyone?
Everybody that comes into this kitchen gets mentored if they want to or not. I'm here, and that's what the kitchen environment is about. I'm not just a chef. I'm not just a good cook. Like, you're building a team. You're really bringing people in. Everybody's leaning on one another, and if you're not here to learn and grow, then it's just not the place for you.
That makes sense. You got to soak up game when you're in there.
Yeah, and I want everybody to be better. Like, I'm not the best. I don't claim to be the best at anything. I'm just following and loving what I do. It's being a chef and cook it's about passion. You bring that passion into a kitchen of people that are all feel the same way, you're gonna pick up and learn from one another.
Make some magic. Especially if someone like yourself, positive, just motivating. That's cool, man. I love this concept.
Not always the nicest guy, but I'm generally a nice guy.
You see the show, The Bear?
The Bear.
Check it out.
I have not. It's on FX. I kind of remember, was it on FX? I kind of remember the commercials.
It gets a little wild sometimes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen The Bear. We'll have to check that out. And I discovered you guys at Test Kitchen, and then you guys were at Life is Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
I think you guys and Tacotarian maybe were the two vegan vendors there last year. Was there anyone else?
I think we were both at the main stage.
Yeah. Oh, and then Yaki Zen is there.
Zen was around
I forgot
one
that.
of the other stages.
You're right.
I think there was one more. But yeah, I think we were the local vegan spots there.
Nice. And that was you guys were a lifesaver. I was working the merch booth, and I was right down the way, and I was running around, and I ate you guys food every day.
Like, people will literally come and get the mac and cheese, and then come right back. We're like, I need another one of those. I'm like, and every day, like you said, every day they will come and eat. And I was like, man. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, after a couple of drinks, they would circle right back around. So on those 2 days, we're like, yeah, I need that pack. And let it sit on you for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You actually gave me a free, I bought a pizza. You gave me another free one because the dough wasn't all risen yet, and I brought it back to all the people at the merch booth, and I didn't say a word. I just said, "There's some pizza."
Yeah.
Everybody ate it, and then they looked at me and they're like, you're vegan, right? I said, yeah. That pizza was vegan, motherfuckers. Like,
It's hard to find good vegan pizza. I'm glad ours is, good. I think it could always be better, but for what it is, I'm like, you could probably fool somebody. Like,
oh, you fooled them.
it's hard with the cheese, man. But I think we have a good combination, and you just gotta you can't put too much of the cheese. That's something.
No, you can't.
Try to put it regular cheese. The more you put, the better. They get all that pull and all that fat in there, and vegan cheese isn't like that. You just need enough to get it to coat it a little bit and get some of that flavor in there.
We're in Town Square, Whole Foods. They put a little too much cheese on their vegan pizza.
I haven't had their pizza yet.
It's not bad. It's not as good as yours.
Because I think
but they don't put the love
pizza
in it.
or regular cow cheese, cow milk cheese is the highlight. So with vegan pizza, you can't highlight the cheese. It's like it's just an accent on there.
Right.
I never thought of it that way, but you're 100% right.
Surprisingly, he makes the cheese pizza. It's actually pretty good. The way he makes it.
It's a sauce. I'm telling you, it's a sauce.
I've loved seeing the growth of Down to Earth. And where do you guys see the restaurant in 5 years, in 2030?
5 years. So I have so many concepts in my head that I want to do, but it's so hard to try to get me to step away from this, or get enough people in here and be able to have everybody happy. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, is trying to get the crew in here that they can take over this, so I necessarily don't have to be here, and we can start doing some other things. But to answer your question, I want to do a bar concept, a food truck, and another location, another full-on, bigger, down-to-earth where we have everything. I also want to do just a pizza location, so maybe that will be the food truck. I'll have a pizza food truck, so we can go out and go to the people instead of trying to having everybody come to us. Get out there and touch the people. Then I definitely want to do a bar concept.
Do you guys remember that bar that was over on the east side of town? Well, it was not East Las Vegas, but it was off of, I don't know, it was the vegan bar, off Sunset.
Yeah, I remember a big hype about it.
It didn't last long.
It was before I could ever go. I was like, what do you mean it's closed?
I went 3 times, and I took people that were non-vegans, and it was super fun. And when it closed, I was a little sad. So I'm really excited that you're going to bring something like that back to town.
It's just, I think to have that experience, we can go out, have a couple of drinks, have some people, get some food. It's probably not going to be the healthiest food, but it will be vegan because it's going to be a bar. Yeah. But yeah, just to have that experience and just be out and hang out and have some drinks and just have that kind of environment, I think it's needed.
Yeah.
It's hard just to sell it. And on a business standpoint, it's hard just selling just food. I think we do pretty well here. We could always do better, but it's the cost of goods is so high that we're not making a lot of profit here. We're just making a lot of food and making a lot of people happy. But we need to make some money. So I think with drinks and all that.
Drinks are usually your number one source of income when you have a bar. So that would be awesome. And plus, it introduces a lot of people that wouldn't just walk in here.
Exactly.
To what you got.
There'll be a lot of people that walk in and be like, "What? Plant-based? Nah."
Yeah. Be surprised.
No, I probably wouldn't, because I've been standing in lines when people walk into vegan restaurants and they're like, look at their friend.
It's crazy.
There's no meat. Let's get out of here.
People will get right up to the menu and be like, oh no, not without question, without I'm like,
you should have tasted the pizza before.
We'll get it.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably just order.
Yeah.
They'll just say, let me get a slice with that, or
you got
mac and
wings?
cheese.
Yeah, let me get the wings.
Yeah.
You know what I haven't really seen? You know how people could see McDonald's and stuff? I haven't seen a hard advertisement for a vegan product on TV. I haven't not seen that. But the way they push that stuff, it could easily be pushed the other way, and you could get your audience by that. But I have not seen you never turn on the TV like, oh my God, vegan pizza! It takes
never
stuff like this to get it out.
There is something called the vegan tax. So I'm pretty sure if you do that, it's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Are you serious?
Everything vegan costs more money.
Right.
It's crazy, like, but you know, it's from the subsidies. All the everything gets subsidized except the plants. And I am not going to say an accurate number, but it's something crazy, something like in the billions. The meat industry is subsidized in the billions, and the fruit and vegetable industry is subsidized in the millions, and it's in less than 100 million. And we're talking
They pick
billions.
and choose what vegetables they want to subsidize. So
Soy.
is a big one. Corn.
Yeah.
I think there's
Whatever they can feed to the animals that they're going to sell. Yeah.
Yeah, because they have half the time the stuff that they're substituting is the stuff they're feeding to them.
They're feeding them, not us. Yeah, and then they say, "Oh, you guys are using all the land," and we're really not.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
The land is to feed the freaking cows.
Overfeed the
Pigs,
cows so
yeah.
they can get more meat out of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Really put them through the harshest conditions just to get that extra 99-cent burger to a guy that's already overweight.
So I'm like, how they sell this at 99 cents? How are they doing it? I'm trying to figure it out.
Right.
Well, we need to get the subsidies for healthy food, not
Or starting combining our talents and growing our own land.
that too. That
We're
too.
buying big buildings and growing vegetation, and we will own our own stuff.
Yes.
That's where it's at. I think the end game is us growing our own mushrooms, growing our own plants, getting, even if it's not a whole bunch of stuff, certain items that we use a lot, grow. Stop depending on these outsourced people. Do it ourselves. That's where I want to see us move. In my ownership, having a good connection with someone that does. We already do it. It doesn't move mushrooms to the local mushroom vendor, but having something more family oriented where we're getting knowledge and having that aspect of mushrooms growing on our own. And we could put some other stuff, basil, tomatoes, I don't care. Just a building where we can do vegetation. I see them doing on those pods. I see those pods on Instagram. I'll be watching. It's possible.
Speaking of watching on Instagram, I've seen you guys in the streets at the Promise LV. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah.
So that's so I kind of was scrolling through Instagram, and I seen a girl named Nora. She had posted that she was doing that, and before we kind of opened the spot, I was kind of doing that on my own. I always like feeding the homeless and doing stuff like that, but seeing that like that, I noticed it, and I kind of messaged her group, Promise LV, and I was like, whoa, I had a bunch of food, already from a mission I had went on at my house, and, I didn't really have time to do anything because we were just starting here, so I was like, hey, can I link up with you guys? I got some food. I linked up with them at a storage on like Valley View, and the energy when I got them, they're like, hey, appreciate it. I was like, yeah, I do this stuff all the time. I was like, here, I got so much stuff here, take everything. So they're like, hey, do you mind if we take a photo? I'm like, it's all good. Her husband, Mike, gets out the car. He's like, just got all this energy. And I'm like, yeah, what's up? Let's go. He was like, dude, thanks for matching energy. And then I'm scrolling through the feed the next day. It was nothing to me. I would do that. I would give somebody a shirt off my back. But I see myself, me and him, and they're like, appreciate you, Terrell. Yeah, I linked up with him. I was scrolling through, and then, I see myself. I had been to places where, I took in my daughter, we went out my way, because I seen a post and I wanted to give back and I wanted to show my daughter how to do it. So we went to Walmart, got some stuff. Specifically, it was a thing for females not being able to go to school because they didn't have sanitary napkins. And my daughter, I was like, yo, let's go to Walmart. It was girls around her age. So I wanted to show her this is how, we can help out in the community. We went and got some stuff, gave it to, a specific place. I'm not going to say the place, but, the people at the kind of didn't have knowledge of what was going on, and they didn't really seem like they appreciated it at all.
Really?
We gave the bag, and when we gave them the bag, I was like, okay, cool. What do you want to eat? And I was like, it hurt my stomach because, I'm really passionate about doing this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear nothing else about it. The person that I brought it for didn't announce it at all. So this was, showing the differences of giving back. My daughter was even, her feelings are hurt. I was like, I'll never get to that, part again. So this other experience that I had with them was totally different. They were appreciative, and I said, as we started moving here, I would, prepare food, and I couldn't go down there and see them in action, but they would come here to the restaurant. They would always come, record something. I was like, oh, this is a good handshake. I'm helping you. We're just, starting the business, so it kind of gives recognition to the restaurant. Everybody's getting a good handshake. The people are getting some food. They're able to try some plant-based food. So we just kept the relationship going. And what really touched me one day is I had made some food. I did a big mac and cheese platter, 2 pizzas, and it started raining. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, I just made all this food. Now it's raining. Now all this, they're probably not going to want it. It was raining hard. And the girl come in, this little beautiful girl named Diana, she come in with a big trench coat and a hat. And I was like, oh, you guys are serious. I was like, all right, cool. He's like, yeah, brother, we go rain or shine. I was like, all right, let's. So I've been rocking with them. I mean, they got a lot of stuff going on. You'll see me do a lot of stuff with them in the future, but it's just a good. I always wanted to find a good charity, and they have it already organized. It's down to the wire with the girl coordinating, signing your waiver to come out and participate. We encourage people to come out and help. Any way they can, whether they can't get on the ground, just donate clothes. You don't always have to have money. You can give some socks, some basic human needs to people that are living in the streets. So that's the gist of it. You can always follow me and find out more about it, but that's just the gist of it.
How important is community to you guys?
I think it's very important. I'm super proud of my brother for doing what he does with the Promise LV. I'm engulfed in this thing, so I can't, be out there and doing that. But it's growing up the way we grew up. It's like really good to see him doing that and be able to get out there, and then I can, at least house the part and have something to do with him being able to do that. We didn't always have. We were homeless at times. We lived in shelters growing up sometimes. So to be able to give back and do that is
And
really
look how
something.
far you guys have come.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's a lot. And just in general, just being nice to people and just getting out and do whatever you can. I think everybody should.
I think there's a big part of the success here is a lot of people, anybody can sell food. Anybody can sell good food. Sometimes people's food's good and I don't go back because they treated me bad. But I notice everybody that comes here, they're the advertisement, because I'm always hearing people say, hey, market is so nice. We can't wait to come back. You could get on Las Vegas Vegan and see some of the people's comments. And that's more of a reason to treat each and everybody like a person. Like, just engage with them. You don't have to be their best friend, but usually you're learning from people that come here. Like everybody sits down, it's like they're excited to come back and try another food item, but they're always treated like family. He always treats everybody like family.
That's one of the reasons I even wanted to interview you guys, because the times I've interacted with you at the restaurant, you've been just genuine. I mean, you give me a free pizza, like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I wasn't happy with the first one.
but it wasn't. It was just a genuine act of kindness, and I appreciated it, and that's one reason why we're here right now.
Yeah, the name of the restaurant, Down to Earth, it comes from us being just down to earth, humble people. You know what I'm saying? I'm an introvert. Is what
by nature.
Yeah, I'm an introvert by nature. But I put my love into the food, and I appreciate everybody that comes in, and I do try to treat people like family, even though if I don't talk and communicate to everybody, you're gonna feel me through the food, and that's where I stand. Awesome. I'm not happy with somebody or with something that I'm putting out, then I'm like, you know what, hey, this one's on me.
Are you guys reading any books, or have you read any good books lately? That's okay.
I got a ton of books that I'm big right now in supporting the poetry community, so I always support them by purchasing the books. I like poetry. Unfortunately, I can skim through a book, but I started realizing I had got a lot of books, particularly on African history and just history in general, on just Maya history. So I was indulging in that, and then I kind of started getting in the poetry scene. And once I noticed, I was staying up late, I noticed coming in here, I'm like, whoa, kind of fatigued, and I noticed how that was having an effect on me. Like I got to get a certain amount of rest. So I have a ton of books, mostly poetry. But when I can, I'll go on Instagram and look up food recipes at the same time. So it's just a mixture, history, poetry, food. But
yeah, it's true, because of that damn social media.
Right, you gotta have that. There's got to be a balance, and everybody doesn't need to do their detox. But I got a lot of poetry books, but I don't have anything that stands out like super. Right.
So, are you in the poetry scene? Are you doing
heavy?
Poetry?
Like personally, yeah. I'm an empath, so I feel people's pain and energy a lot. So I always grew up like kind of mirroring whatever I was around, whether it's negative or positive, and I absorb it and take it on. And so when I started, getting around the poetry scene, it's just like it was a connection deep. So when I whatever I'm into, I kind of go full throttle into it. I want to know everybody who's this, who we connected with, learn from them, build on them, see how we can move forward or incorporate it to what I'm doing. It has incorporated to what I'm doing, specifically with the Promise of E, because I noticed a lot of people might need some kind of uplifting. So usually I break them down in 3 sections. I come, bring them to the Promise of E, let them know, hey, you're not the only one struggling. There's people doing better than you. That immediately takes
That's a big thing. Like,
that immediately takes
people
somebody.
think they're alone.
Yeah, that immediately takes you like, I was a victim. No, now you're incorporated with a lot of people that are going through the same thing. We go to poetry so we can see it could be any kind of trauma. There's a lot of different levels. I don't want to talk about it, but a lot of people are experiencing different levels of trauma, from childhood trauma to mid-age trauma to adult trauma, military trauma. It doesn't matter. You can get on stage and see people just like you, whether military trauma, put it in poetry, and that kind of dazzles you, like seeing people put this together and creative words, and like you're like, wow. So you can immediately get a different kind of healing there. Whether it's coming after that to the restaurant, now we can feed you. Now you feel the energy from being incorporated. So I have like a 3-step thing I'm working on and keep building on. My next thing is I want to get more into educating myself on like kind of suicide prevention, things like that, because it just aids in drug addiction. It just aids in people just having that. You got to hit people everywhere. A lot of people come with different things, whether it's mental health, drug addiction. Because I've seen a lot in Vegas. It may not be drug addiction. It could be gambling addiction.
Yeah.
I've experienced them all. So I'm like, I want to just keep leveling up so I can always hit people where they're at. Like, boom, I got something for you. Boom, I got something for you. I got something for you. You know what I mean? I don't want to see anybody lost because they feel like you don't understand. No, you're just like everybody else. A lot of people experience this.
City, baby.
You know what I mean?
Get lost out
They
here.
got plenty.
You can. It's easy. Luckily, you guys are some of the good people helping others, so we need people like you guys. Let's talk about the food for a minute. What's your favorite dishes, and what's the most popular dishes on the menu?
Most popular dishes, hands down, the mac and cheese, the fried oyster mushrooms, the pizzas, all of them probably. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Some of the top sellers are going to be the pepperoni and sausage, the Hawaiian, and then the truffle mushroom pizza. And then we're always experimenting, throwing new stuff on there. We do Taco Tuesdays with Chef Louis.
Oh, cool.
Anytime I find a new product that we can use that I like right now we have these steaks. This is from a company, so we're doing steak plate specials.
What's the steak made from?
Crazy. It's made from soy and wheat, I believe.
Okay.
Which a lot of people are getting away from, but the taste is like, I was like, well, I'll do some soy and wheat for that. It's bomb.
It is about the taste too,
Yeah,
people,
the taste and the texture.
because you could be, say, oh, I got this jackfruit, and if the taste isn't as good as, like the soy you said, people aren't going to come back. They don't care what it's made from. They're like,
It's hard enough trying to get people to just not eat meat and to try the plant-based vegan stuff. But, once they get it, and they're like, oh man, it tastes just like then I'm like, all right, cool. Now you can get them to try other things. And that's pretty much what I try to do here is try to meet people on different levels. Not everything plant-based is healthy, right? So,
no.
But you can come in and experience something that's like just to open your mind up. People that are closed-minded, they can come in and try something. At least I can open them up to at least say, oh, I'm not vegan or anything, but I went to this one vegan restaurant or a plant-based restaurant, and I had this, this, or I had that, and it was pretty good. So hopefully I can get them to come back and then just open their mind into being more open about a plant-based diet.
I've heard a lot of stories like that. People say, I'm not vegan, but I tried this place. And so it's something important that we need, because not everybody's going to go and try the healthiest thing. They're going to be like, oh, you guys eat the grass,
And it's just breaking down that barrier. It's a big barrier there with some people. So if you just at least soften that barrier, break that barrier down to just get people to open up their minds, that's more what I'm about.
Hell yeah. Are there any questions that I haven't asked you guys, or do you guys have any projects coming up that you'd like to talk about?
I think the only thing I know that's coming up, we have a pretty good connection. He has a real good friend that I kind of found out about some I think through Chef Louie and him both with Creative Kin. I know she's doing like a pop-up
What's her name?
Wednesday. Creative Kin. So she orchestrates a lot of poetry events in Las Vegas. She's really incorporated with, you know, a lot of, whether it be local vendors and or just independent businesses, like local businesses, and she gets around. So she's, you know, once I found out about her, she's the kind of reason I started chasing different poetry groups. I think it started with her.
Cool.
But him and her are really tight, and she's gonna come this Wednesday, and do like a pop up here with a poetry group.
Really?
So,
That's awesome. Sure, no problem.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It'll
Though.
be soon. That's something cool that's coming up. You know, I would inquire.
Partnership with Cousin Maya.
Yeah, Cousin Maya.
Who's Cosmic Maya?
So she has like, so her business is putting together hemp bags. So she kind of promotes it really, really earthy. If you'll see it up there, all the different bags.
As soon as we're done, I'll swipe up to it.
She's been really cool. She invited me out, like, just when I started here, let me come to events with her, seeing the different people she deals with. Once I went to the venue, she introduced me to a lot of people. I started seeing their business and their aspect on their bags. So I was like, okay, yeah, you know, we were showcasing their bags, you know, and I was like, I started checking through her page, and that's what she does. She makes exotic bags. So
and they're made of hemp, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's amazing.
Local.
That's awesome.
So eco-friendly, very eco-friendly bags, and that's, you know, so it's nice, you know, to have No Bones No Blood merch, but at the same time, we do a good job of connecting with a lot of local people, like, you know, dealing with a lot of people. You know, I think that's a big part of how he's able to explode so much, because he deals with everybody. Like, everybody's shaking hands. Like, I'll get off work and go to another vegan restaurant. I spent like most of this year on my time off going to another restaurant, trying different food, showing the support, and then they showed it right back. So it's doing a full circle.
I love that, man.
That's the two things I could think of right now. It's a little blurry, but
it's okay.
Because then also our this Sunday will actually be our 1 year anniversary here at this location.
Yeah.
So that's pretty wild.
That's
We're
awesome.
gonna try to plan something, but things just got a little crazy. So
sure.
You know, we're just gonna keep it down to earth, and we're probably gonna do some specials. Just enjoy being here for 1 year. Maybe go out to eat or something afterwards, or hang out with the crew. But yeah, we made it 1 year. This location.
That's
a lot
so
of things have changed. I think we've changed some things around and grown a lot but you know, we've got a lot more growth to do. I'm excited though. I mean, you know, doing these restaurant things, you know, there's always a chance of failing, but just that 1 year mark of us
That's
where
huge.
we started to where we are now, and then just have our own physical location. It's wild. And
That's huge.
It feels rewarding. Like, it feels like we did something.
Because you did.
We didn't make it yet, but I feel like we did something.
Okay, so if you guys were on a desert island, you guys can answer separately. If you guys were on a desert island, what 5 albums would you bring with you to listen to?
Desert and a desert island, like we are.
So, like, this is it. You get 5 albums, and this is all you're gonna be able to listen to for the rest of life.
I have to say, for me, it's gonna have to be Bob Marley, Protege. I'm from the Bay Area, and probably Luther Vandross.
Okay. Any specific albums from those people, though?
Oh,
if you can't think
I'm
of it,
like,
it's okay.
yeah, don't do that to me.
No problem. How about this? What's your favorite E40 album? Do you have one?
Oh man,
mine's In a Major Way.
I was gonna say the Major Way because that's the one that got me, and I'm like, oh, I'm hooked for life. But he's come out with so many albums, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, I'll just say it a Major Way just to keep it fair.
Okay. Okay. So five
to piggyback on what he said.
Sure.
That really hits me hard. I'm trying to think of the best one because I was just.
Protege is really dope too, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I'll start from the beginning. Protege, just because when I started here, I started absorbing a lot of Protege, and I was like, I just feel so old in my ways. Like, I YouTube so much stuff that I just listened to growing up, and it's hard to like find new people. So, you know, just being around different people, you'll get to absorb their music, and Protege it just calms my soul. His voice calms my soul, and I needed that different kind of healing. It's like him, Stephen Marley. But I would go Sade, definitely Luther. I'm in the jazz heavy, so Gerald Albright, you know, and Anita Baker.
Okay.
Protege. I'll keep it mellow, you know, because I couldn't depend on him to go hyphy. And I'll just keep my stuff mellow. Yeah. If the music keeps me soothing on nice jazz tunes, nice ocean in the back, and some melodies with some instruments going, saxophone maybe, big on the saxophone, and I'm cool. I live the wild ride life, so everything calmed down.
I feel you on that. Like it is when you live a wild life, the older you get, the more you want it to just be chilling.
I'm cool. There was a time in my life where I remember being 18, and I never forget. I was watching a commercial, and everything was just going so fast in my head. And I looked at the commercial, and this black guy, you know, he was doing an interview. This guy was asking me this bunch of questions. He was like, "Oh, it was just so chill." He's like, "Oh man, I got all the time in the world," and it was just me seeing. My mindset and his was so different. I was like, dang, he's able to just calm down. He doesn't see all the stuff that's going on in the world. And I was just all stressed out. And he was like, oh, man, I ain't worried about that. Man, I got all the time in the world. I'm like, I want to be like that. Now I'm like,
now
looking at myself now. I'm like,
yeah.
Damn, I ain't sure I'm going to let this whole thing just move on
Just
by.
slide.
What comes. I ain't got time.
Yeah, that definitely comes
Right.
Well, fellas, I appreciate you guys letting us in your world today. Is there anything else you want to mention, or?
Well, they're your friends.
Yeah. So come on down to Town Square. We're here in Las Vegas, on the south side of town. Come down to Earth. They've got some great food. We'd love to see you and come enjoy their hospitality.
I just want to say I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no problem. Chef Parker, Terrell.
I got good chill interview, and I don't got to be on my toes.
Yeah. No. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next episode. Peace.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all ever in Las Vegas, come down to Earth, okay? Right here, Plant-Based Cuisine. All right, Las Vegas Boulevard on the south side. I think. Oh, it's absolutely amazing, baby. You be just like us, just sitting in here. I know it's called Down to Earth, but baby, it's showing up second here. Very good. Bye, y'all.